In 1959, John Wayne teamed up with director John Ford for who knows how many times they teamed up beforehand to do a movie called The Horse Soldiers, which also starred William Holden. Now, this movie, it's pretty good. It doesn't quite achieve the status of excellence like I thought it was going to. No big deal. I mean, like, okay, so this isn't as good as The Searchers, which is fine. It's not as good as, but you know, this is it's a Civil War movie, which is also okay. Now, and as a Civil War movie, my personal favorite is The Patriot from 2000. And so what if this movie doesn't achieve the highest standard? It's totally fine. I mean, like, John Ford is masterful director. John Wayne and William Holden are awesome people, and yeah, like, yeah, it's okay. The one thing that I will say is that the movie does, like, the only bit of um, the only drawback that I will say to this is that it kind of feels like a bit of a wasted opportunity in some respect. Not the whole movie itself isn't really much a waste of opportunity, just in some respect. The movie is about the Civil War. I'm Canadian, so I don't know a whole lot about American history, and this movie seems to be like it's to know about a lot about the Civil War is kind of an asset for this. The movie does have a pretty good storyline to it, but of course there are different subplots and everything, and knowing the reasons behind a bunch of things seems to be like knowing about the American Civil War. Yeah, it's a bit of an asset. The movie is about. I mean, it has a pretty simple storyline to it. Um, the It's about the Union cavalry who are sent behind the Confederate lines to destroy all the railroads. They get this doctor who's played by William Holden to um, to be a part of the crew. But the leader of the group, who's played by John Wayne, there's some friction between them, and they meet up with the Southern Belle, and she overhears their plans, and so they kidnap her as a means for her not to talk. Now, the thing with the girl, it is good and everything, but the thing that I thought was a little bit of a waste opportunity was the friction between William Holden, who's the doctor, and John Wayne's character, who's the leader of the group. They both have very conflicting viewpoints, and the friction between them it builds, but it never reaches any sort of major grittiness like I thought it was going to. There's this fight that happens, and I swear to God, this fight that happens between them, it only lasts for about 3 or 4 seconds, and then boom, it just cuts to something else. Yeah, that was ultimately the big drawback of the film was the fact that there major wasn't any major sort of major friction between John Wayne and William Holden like I thought there was going to be. It's different with something like Master and Commander with Russell Crowe and Paul Bettany, because in that one it's more of a guys trying to help each other out, and they greatly respect each other, even though they may disagree with one another's tactics. But with this one, yeah, these guys. It's about learning to respect each other, learning how to work together if they ever can. And it really doesn't seem like they ever will be able to. And if you don't like someone, then eventually enough friction will lead to some violence. Yeah, I thought that that was ultimately the big wasted thing of the film. But I don't want to really diminish everything else from this. This movie it's very entertaining. It's very smoothly told, very smoothly written, smoothly made. Yeah, smooth is it's really the word that I would use to really describe everything else in this film. So yeah, I'm going to give this film 3 stars out of 4.